Hello everyone, welcome to the next session in the Java series. In the last session we have seen about the arrays concept in the Java. So in this session we are going to see about the different utility methods available in the arrays class in the Java. So this arrays class is available in the Java's utils package which offers different methods to perform different operations on the array elements. So let's see one by one. So first method is asList. So whenever we have an array of this string and if you want to convert it in the list format, then we can use asList method from the arrays class. So all these methods available in the arrays class from the java.utils package. This one. So this one we need to import first. Okay, java.util.Arrays. Here you will see the list of methods available in this class. Okay, so first we will see asList. Okay, so asList, and you need to provide which array you want to convert into list. So let's say this is my array variable. So in the return I am going to get the list. So I need to store it into the list now. So this will be list of strings because here in the array we have stored the string type of data. So this list also we need to import from the java.util package. Now directly we can print it. Now second method to print the array. So let's say this is our numbers integer type of array. Okay, so how I can print it? Here I am going to use again arrays class. So arrays dot. Okay, arrays dot to string. This method we need to use, and this method also required array variable, so that you can directly pass. Now third method to sort the array. So this given array is unsorted now, and if you want to sort it in the ascending order, we have sort method in the arrays class. So arrays dot sort and pass the array variable here. So here we are passing the array object reference. So when this method gets executed on this array, this will change the content of the array object into the ascending order. So now if you print, you will get the sorted array. Okay, so this is the unsorted array, and here we got the sorted array. So next method to fill the array. Consider I have one array, it's integer. Okay, I am declaring a integer type of array with, let's say, size 5. So now I want to fill this array with some integer value. So again arrays dot, we have this fill method, and here we need to provide which array you want to fill first. So let's say I want to fill this filled array, comma, what value you want to fill it. So let's say I want to fill it with 8. So this array contains 5 elements, and all these 5 elements will be initialized to 8. So this is the fill array method. So every time we need to print the array, we will be using this toString method. So again I am going to use the same here for the filled array. Okay, so we got this filled array of size 5 and all the element initialized to the 8. So next method to compare two arrays. So currently both the arrays are identical. So there is one method in the arrays class which will return if two arrays are equal or not. Okay, this is the equals method from the arrays class. So pass two arrays that you want to compare. Okay, so this method will return true or false, so that you can store in a boolean type of variable. So currently both are equal, so we got true, and if I make some changes here, let's say 60, now we got false as both the arrays are not equal. Now sixth method is to copy the array. For example, I want to copy this numbers2 array into a new array. Okay, so let's say integer array. Say numbers3 is equals to arrays dot, we have this copyOf method. Okay, so this method require which array you want to copy. So I will pass object reference numbers2, comma, how many elements you want to copy from that array. Okay, so let's say I want to copy entire array, entire numbers2 array. So this contains 5 elements. So here I will give 5. So this will copy all the 5 elements from numbers2 into numbers3. So all the elements for this numbers3 array are copied from the numbers2 array now. If I change, let's say 3. So this will copy first 3 elements from this numbers2 array into the numbers3. So length of the numbers3 array will be 3 only. Okay, as we are copying only 3 elements from the numbers2 array. Okay, and if I make this, let's say 8. So numbers2 array contains 5 elements only. So all these 5 elements will be copied as it is, and remaining 3 elements for this numbers3 array will be initialized to their default value as per their data type. Okay, so numbers3 is of integer type. So first 5 elements will be exact same of that of numbers2, and all other 3 elements will be initialized to 0. Okay, so first 5 elements from the numbers2 and remaining 3 initialized to 0. So next method to check the mismatch in two arrays. Okay, so using mismatch method in the arrays class, you will get the first index at which two arrays start differing. So now this is the first index at which these two arrays start differing. Okay, so this index will be returned by the mismatch method from the arrays class. So arrays dot mismatch and just pass the two array reference. So find the mismatch between numbers 4 and numbers 5. Okay, we got D1 here because at the first index these two arrays start differing. Now if I change this to 20, and both they are identical now. So we got -1. Okay, so when there is no mismatch, it will return -1. And when there is some mismatch, it will return that starting index. For example, here instead of 40, I am giving 80. So this time it will give 3. Now let's look at the method to search the element in the array. So consider we have this data array, and using the arrays dot, we have this binary search method. Okay, so using this method we will be able to find the element from this given array. Okay, so from the data array I want to find, let's say 30. So this method binary search will return the index of the search key. So whatever element you are trying to find in that array, if it is present, it will return the index of that element from the array. Otherwise it will return minus of insertion point -1. So this insertion point, that means if that element would be available in that array, where that element will be added. Okay, so that index is nothing but the insertion point. So before you start binary search on this array, we need to make sure you sort the array first. Okay, otherwise you will not get the proper result. Okay, so after this statement, this data array will be sorted, and using the binary search we will be able to get the index of the given key. Okay, so 30 is present at the second index. Here I am writing 80, then 30, then again 20. So this is unsorted, and again I am trying to find 20 here. So currently if you see, the index of this 20 in this data array is 3. Okay, but this is a unsorted array. So before you start searching, we are sorting the data array. So we got 1 here because after sorting, this data array becomes like this, and 20 is present at the first index. Okay, so let's try to find without sort. Okay, so as you can see, we got the -2. So we'll get unreliable result if you do not sort the array before you start searching. Okay, so whenever any key is not present inside this array, we get the negative value. Okay, so currently 90 is not present in this array. So here we will get minus of insertion point -1. So in this case, if 90 we need to add in this array, that will be added at the position 5. Right, after 80 it will be added after sorting. So here we will get -6. Okay, so if this index of key value is greater than or equals to 0, that means element is present in that array. If that value is less than 0, that means element is not present in that array. So for the 90, it is not present in the array, so we will get key is not present in the array. So these are some of the important methods available in the arrays class that we can use in our day-to-day Java programming and automation testing as well. So try to practice these methods and remember it before going for the interviews.